Welcome to Snaccidents! Hey, you might be asking yourself, what's a Snaccident?
Have you been out with friends and accidentally eaten all the appetizers for the table?
Have you sat on the couch for your favourite show and eaten a whole can of Pringles after only the first episode? Then you, my friends, have had a Snaccident.
But that's okay. We're not here to judge, we're here to help.
By judging.
But we're here to offer you better quality Snaccidents through careful consideration and cutthroat democracy.
Each episode, we bring snacks that we love in a head-to-head battle, an ultimate Snacc-down, where we taste and score each other's snacks and vote on the final Snack Champ.
At the end of each episode, the final
Snack Champ
will go on to fight the winner of the next episode and become our version of a Snack Highlander, or as we like to call it,
Snacklander. Now, what snacks qualify as competitors?
These can be any food or drink item easily attainable. We want to keep it simple and accessible so you can join in the fun at home.
Now, these can be snacks that need small amounts of preparation, such as cooking, microwaving, or boiling, but they must consist of the product and just that.
Exactly. Now, with that out of the way, let's introduce ourselves as your guides and experts.
I'm Charlie, your limited edition snack addict.
And I'm Sam, your amateur chocolatier. And now, a quick message from our sponsor, Cocolo Treats, an online luxury confectionery brand based in Wiltshire.
They sell a variety of confectionery goods including handmade chocolate bars, creamy fudge, and pick-and-mix sweets, as well as specialty coffee and tea.
They have a wide selection of gifts that are perfect for everyone, so head to www.cocolotreats.com to browse their full collection. So, the theme this episode is...
School snacks!
Whether you loved school or hated it, everyone has memories of snacks that help you get through it.
And today we have a real deal, genuine teaching expert and longtime best friend, Lizzy Edwards.
Hello, again.
Hey again. So, Lizzy, may you regale us with another tale of perhaps a snackcident that's happened to you or someone you know?
So I saved the more embarrassing one for my second appearance, and Sam, I know that you're going to hate this, so I'm really sorry.
Oh, good.
Now, whilst I was studying at university for my degree in biology, I went
Fancy.
to... I know, right? I went to Honduras to do my dissertation research, which was on coral disease,
Sounds
which
pretty
involved lots of scuba diving, which is not why I picked to do it, honestly, because scuba diving
But the
amazing.
sustainability and research. Oh.
Yeah, and studying coral disease, that was obviously why I went.
Riveting stuff.
Not just to have a lovely 6-week holiday. Well, so I thought, within the first couple of days of me being there, we had some sort of curry. I don't really know what it was for the evening meal.
I'm concerned about where this is going.
And then the next day, we did a double dive. So we did our first 50-minute dive, then we had our
Oh no.
land break on the boat, and then we did the second dive. But normally the land break would be back in our accommodation. So obviously on the boat there isn't a toilet. And I was starting to feel a little funny because of what I'd eaten the night before.
I can't imagine in scuba gear is the best time to get that feeling.
Yeah, so then during our second dive, because I'd been feeling weird on the first dive, but then on the second dive the feelings had intensified. I'd eaten some homemade guacamole during our rest stop.
The pressure and the waves and...
Yeah, just something wasn't sitting right. It could have been the guac, to be fair, because it had been sat on a hot boat. For
Not the guac.
I'd been sat on a hot boat for an hour and a half before I ate it, so that could have been a contributing factor.
What was the colour of the guac when you had it? Because I'm guessing it wasn't green at that point.
Yeah,
Having
it
been out
wasn't.
in the sun.
A brownie green.
It was greyer than it should have been.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So about halfway through the second dive, I was feeling very crampy and I couldn't hold it in any longer. So
Can I reiterate? This is a food podcast.
yeah, well, you wanted a Snaccident.
I think we know how it went. Well, I'm just glad that didn't happen to me because that's the worst thing I've heard in quite some time.
Yeah,
that's
well,
awful.
When we have Snaccidents, they're more like, I ate a bit too much when I was sick. Well done.
Ugh. Well, now I know that, and so do you. Well, have you been doing anything at the minute that's not so wetsuit related?
So good.
Yeah.
Well, last episode I was here, it was my birthday.
It was indeed.
And since then, my sister's taken me on a surprise trip to London.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. We watched a show and we went to a museum and it was really fun.
I've been to the art ones sometimes. You really find yourself. I remember once when I went there and I found a trash can that was turned slightly to the side and I said, I just have to have it. I just must add it to my collection.
It's just so me.
It's just life, you know?
It's all about finding a good balance. To be clear, I do actually like art. I did like a whole degree in
So, what show did you go and see?
We went and saw the Book of Mormon.
Oh, brilliant. I love it. Very funny.
Yeah, I love how irreverent it is.
There's something about the atmosphere that you just don't get watching it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's true of anything that is written for stage.
Yes. Sam, what have you been up to this week?
Well, this week I tried something I never thought I'd do, which is golf. Charlie already doesn't look very impressed.
The sport of champions.
Yes. Now, to be clear, this wasn't like real deal golf or ball chess, as it's sometimes known. This is just like a local driving range.
No. Hold up. Who calls it ball chess?
I've never heard.
No. You are not playing. You're playing against yourself. That is the whole point.
Ball chess, the King's Game. It goes by many names.
No, it doesn't.
Ball chess.
Yeah, no. You've
I'm
lost
gonna gloss past this.
Gloss pass.
Ball chess, King's Game, whatever. Anyway, this was just a local driving range my brother had discovered and I think has been to almost every day since, sometimes like twice. And he found it along with a £5 set of golf clubs from Facebook Marketplace and kind of invited me to join him. Now, I will say, I have thoroughly enjoyed it thus far because I don't know how many opportunities there still are to just go hit something as hard and as far as you can without someone telling you off, really. However, on my first outing, I did manage to break the head off one of the clubs, just shattered, which was unfortunate and also ruined my body as a result, as Johnny can attest to, with a handful of blisters and sadly crippled both mine and my girlfriend's back for the next couple of days. But, you know, I've been hitting a few 250s, so it almost feels worth it.
It feels as though there's a lot of pent-up aggression there.
It just feels good, man.
You just
Have a long day at work, hit the range, break a club. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Again, another shout out to my brother for arranging this. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I would like to. You have invited me a few times. I would like to go along at some point, but my brain has been frazzles of late for some reason.
That's a fair comment. In my current peak physical stature.
This is peak?
Currently.
It's peak for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm much better. It turns out I'm much better at the sports where you stand still or don't move your legs a lot.
You stand still and you bang things real hard.
Yeah, I really like darts. That would probably, if I had to play a sport, that would be my sport of choice. Not just because it's in a pub.
See, now I would love to do that, but I have no hand-eye coordination. I can hit the things, just not where I want them.
It's really weird that I feel like the physical Adonis here. Because I'm really not in good shape. But
That's just a little gift for you.
yeah,
I mean, hey, I swim every week.
I can't swim.
I do 100 push-ups a
You
day.
sink, don't you?
No, I
You
sink. My bones are made of lead. It's not even that. My body does not move in water.
I was going to say, you have talked to a bunch of people and they just said you just
They
can't
just
swim.
go, you have no coordination whatsoever.
I'm still on my 100 press-ups a day. How many are you on?
I thought I'd give you a head start, so I haven't really
Still.
started yet.
Still on that head start.
Yep. When you get to 200 a day, I'll begin.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Me. What have I been up to?
Let me ask. Hey Charles, what have you been up to?
Not much. No, I kid. A few episodes ago, we did a What Have You Been Up To, and I was talking about a board game that I got recently called Massive Darkness 2.
Ah, yes.
I cracked that open, played it a few times.
Yeah?
Played the first half of a scenario 3 times. Because it turns out Takes maybe 4 or 5 hours to finish one, and that's if you have a strict regime where you're like, no, stop talking, play the game. It's a good, fun game. I'm enjoying it. There's maybe not as much variety in character build as I'd like, but it's got some cool models. The only issue being I don't really feel as though I have enough time to paint said models. Becky made a start on painting the models and they look really good. I'm sure Sam's already plugged her Instagram, so...
Oh, absolutely, if you'd like to do it again.
Yeah, Massive Darkness 2 painting quest. I could be wrong on that. It feels like, because I'm trying to get the hang of it first so I can introduce people to it and know the rules, it very much feels like you're kind of slogging through mud at first, very thick mud. That's what I've been up to this week.
So, we're going to move into the first round and find out what everyone's brought.
Yummy! So now we'll each get the chance to fight our case for the snacks we've brought and why we love them. Sam, what did you bring for school snacks?
Well, when it comes to school snacks, or school in general, I think everybody has like a plethora of memories. So for something to stand out, it really has to try hard. So that's why the snack I brought today is, of course, the Kellogg's Fruit Winders. Now, they've got everything. They look cool, they have mascots, they even have comics and taste good. Speaking of flavour, I couldn't actually decide which one I wanted to bring for this episode, so I got the special edition doubles, apple and strawberry. Honestly though, whenever I see these, a wave of stressed out, nervous, nostalgic memories flow through me, but thankfully without the spots or voice breaking so much. I really love these then and now, and I want to commend whoever's responsible for not letting them die a slow, painful death like Sunny D, only to return a ghost of its former self. Shame on them, but not the Fruit Winders.
You have talked about Sunny D maybe 3 or 4 times on this podcast. I feel
sad.
as though...
I'm so sad about what happened to Sunny D.
But go to France. They got the real shit. You need to go to Europe.
I want to go to Mexico too and get real Coke, but I can't. I can't just like, man, I got a real craving for Sunny D. Let me just book a flight.
You could do that.
But I shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
It's like What's-Its are just like the poor man's version of Cheetos.
Yeah.
American Cheetos are so much better.
I prefer What's-Its.
Of course you do.
Right, What's-Its. Oh my god, What's-Its. When you get a little What's-It nug and it's just all powder and all of the powder has just accumulated around this tiny morsel of liquid. Oh, it's so tangy.
If you like the tang, Cheetos have got more tang.
I haven't tried them, maybe, is the problem. I prefer What's-Its because I've had them before.
Cool.
Lizzy, what did you bring this episode?
I brought a lunchbox staple, the Dairyly Lunchable. One of my all-time favourite school-time snacks. Maybe not now, because obviously I still go to school every day as a teacher. I probably...
Never left.
I probably wouldn't eat them now, but only because I feel like the students would take the out of me for eating it.
I feel like I would feel bad if I was a kid and I saw a teacher eating.
You're like, hey, Grandma!
Yeah. So...
Whilst I'm just like vaping my M&Ms or whatever the
But certainly when I was at school, this was one of my favourites. It appeals to something in my nature that really just loves to organise things.
Oh, absolutely. I totally know what you mean.
I love having the repeating pattern of cracker, cheese, ham. Cracker, cheese, ham. Something about that makes me really, really happy. I have a really clear memory of somebody that used to be my friend, and I don't want to say this is why I stopped being friends with them.
But I know where this is
but
going.
It might have been.
This is how I ate them.
They picked up the whole, all of the cheese. They picked up the whole cheese stack and just bit into it like some kind of animal who had not been taught how to prepare food. And that has stuck with me. And that was in primary school. And I'm not going to name and shame them because maybe they're still alive somewhere. I mean,
maybe.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Because I cut them out of my life after I witnessed that
and therefore
monstrosity.
they're instantly dead to me. They don't exist as far as I'm aware.
So that's what I brought.
I find them very quaint. When I was at school, I'd go in and I'd open my packed lunchbox and I'd have some slices of Gruyere and some Milano salami and then maybe some charcoal biscuits.
Oh, I forgot. This was when you were in Bath.
Yes, because I come from Bath.
Oh, that's from Bath. I'm also from Bath.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, indeed. Money and whatnot.
Oh, money, yes. No,
I feel like you've just alienated the whole
You know, the place where we work and where a lot of our listeners are from.
No, I mean, it's funny you say that because, like, when you're talking about how you like to, make little towers and stuff with them, I was thinking, like, I remember when I had those and I'd just chew it up. No.
Of course you did.
This is very sad because I didn't know you then, but I do remember seeing other people eat, like, these very particular Lunchables back in the day at primary school. And some of the people would just be like, cracker, cheese, ham, cracker, cheese, ham, cracker, cheese, ham. And I instantly knew at that age that these are not the kind of people I want to be associated with.
Too bad. And now I'm your only friend. One thing that I love to do
out
with
the
them
turntables
is I get a Capri Sun or a Capri Sun or whatever you please, and I'd stack them up and then I'd use the straw to poke through them and then suck out the little holes that I'd made through the straw.
Horrendous.
It made it look like Emmental.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about you today.
You knew that I was weird from the get-go.
Yeah.
You've always known it. It's charming, sometimes.
That's a very good caveat to have at the end of that.
It's not charming? What about me? What have I brought?
Well, Charles, what have you brought?
Well, there are so many nostalgic lunchbox treats I could have brought this week. Cheese strings, winders, baby bells, granny skins, Lunchables and Dunkables.
Hang on, wait, sorry to cut you off. There was one in there that did not sound like the rest.
One of these things is not like the others.
Yeah.
Which are what, Dunkables?
No, it wasn't Dunkables.
What
Take
is
another
it?
stab.
What is a granny skin?
Yeah.
Oh, a granny skin. A granny skin is the name. I couldn't find them. I was looking for them because it was probably going to be the...
Because they
Please
never
don't.
existed.
No.
Because it wasn't because you wrote in granny skin.
No, okay. A granny skin is this treat that I used to get. This is going to sound weird now. My gran used to do my lunchbox for me, and she would like.
And you would think, oh, my nan's put in
no,
her own
stop.
skin.
No, not this. Everyone would look upon my lunchbox with envy, and I'd sometimes, a lot
Because
of
there
the
was real human flesh in it.
No, because there was all manner of sugary treats, and oftentimes I would share my food round with everyone. But there was this one treat that I called granny skin, and it was...
What is it actually, though?
It was essentially a crepe with chocolate in the middle, and it was rolled up.
You can still get those.
Yeah,
but
why did you call it granny skin?
Because I used to unfurl it and eat the chocolate out, and it looked like old lady's skin.
Oh, what? Why? Why have you done this again? Why can't you just eat things normally? Why did you do this? Oh my god. Well, that was a terrible, terrible thing that I've learned, Charles, because it would have been fine if you hadn't described it the way you described it.
You completely killed my flow then.
I'm very sorry about that, but you know why I had to do it.
I do. And maybe I put it there on purpose. Who knows? I'm a loose cannon.
It was bait.
Oh.
You baited us.
Bait.
The
Anyway,
wild card,
as I was saying,
as you were saying.
there are so many nostalgic lunchbox treats I could have brought this week. Cheese strings, winders, baby bells, granny skins, Lunchables and Dunkables were all options. I discarded them because, face it, they're all pretty nasty. Cream eggs. Cream eggs. You know what makes a good, healthy, balanced lunch? A cream egg.
And a chubby Charlie also.
Yep, a chubby Charlie. You know what? A cream egg was a sign of prestige at school. If you came in your lunchbox, you had good hard chocolate, then you know that you're going places. They're delicious. I haven't had them for a long ass time, and with Easter coming up, I bought a box, and I was like, why did I ever stop?
Oh no.
And now, like, every time I go to the shops, I buy a little 5-pack of these bad boys. I'm not sick of them yet. I mean...
but it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm sure my tastes will change, but just when I was thinking of all of these foods that I used to have in my lunchbox, I was like, would I eat them now? Probably not. I'd probably get like a cheese string. It's like I'd go to a cheese shop and get some nice cheese.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
yeah. Like, what is a winder? Tell me what's in a winder.
It's fruit leather.
Fruit leather.
But not old fruit leather.
Just like...
It's fruit jerky, baby.
It's fruit jerky. Who doesn't love fruit jerky?
Yeah.
And it's windable.
I feel like cream eggs don't particularly fit the category.
They do if you're a fat kid.
Maybe I just had Well, not even a Lunchable isn't even a healthy lunch though. I can't even claim that I had healthier lunches.
I mean, actually, you say that, but if we look at the percentages, but none of them are red. Normally they make them red if it's real bad for you. I don't know if they've just tricked us by not putting it in red, because there's also 20% of your salt in there.
20%?
So
what?
I'm thinking that maybe they just played a trick by not putting the red thing in. But let's face it, none of these are healthy, so I don't see why you've got an issue with my eggs.
Salt.
It's all above board, people.
Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
So, has anyone got any honourable mentions to bring to this particular episode?
I feel like Charlie has covered most of the honourable mentions, other than the granny skins thing, which I still don't really get.
Guys, we're not calling them granny skins. Please don't let that catch on. That's not a thing. They are just chocolate crepes.
Yeah.
Or crepes, or however I pronounced it.
Crepes. Although one thing that hasn't been mentioned is the attacker snack. It's like the cheese string version of a Lunchable. And I feel like that would have been my second choice as something to bring, because I've really enjoyed peeling the cheese and then wrapping it. It's again just organising my food before I eat it.
Do you really love, those sweets where you can make a burger?
Oh, yes.
No.
No?
But I don't really like sweets that much.
Oh, fair enough.
We're just getting to assemble it.
But do you love to make a sandwich?
It's like
I do. Yeah, I take my time over a sandwich.
Well, it's a sandwich, essentially.
Yeah.
A choice sandwich. Sam, do you have any mentions?
I do have some honourable mentions. In fact, for this episode, they aren't necessarily for their qualities as food, but more the versatility, let's say. Now, a good froob tastes fine, but I'm sure as you all remember, there was a far more popular sort of method of consuming or using these, which was more as a weaponized yogurt grenade for the unfortunate and unaware, let's say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it still happens. Even in secondary school, kids bring in froobs, they put them on the floor, they jump on them, and it spurts out at both ends, making a hideous yogurty mess everywhere.
That's the thing, you say grenade, but it's more like a claymore, really, isn't it?
It's a landmine. We don't know who's going to get it.
Yeah.
But this is it.
I remember actually saying that. I remember so many moments where I
like them frozen.
Yeah, no, they're real nice.
Yeah.
But just standing behind someone, snap, right up the leg, and it looks like some just some
like
terrible
a bird
accident.
with food on them.
You know what I'm thinking? I do also remember myself, Charles, and a couple other people in the school for some reason had to make like a PSA about the school, like a video project at some point, bigging up, I'm not going to say the name of the school, but where we were. And for whatever reason, you decided that was the time to take a piece of pizza out of the bin and eat it on camera.
You ate
bin pizza.
Yeah, no, I did it.
No, I completely believe that.
And this was not, let's say, the most premium pizza. This wasn't like your Papa John's or Domino's or whatever the shit. This was from our snack shack, which was on premises food, tuck shop, whatever, where that pizza was frozen to its core, not fully cooked, and just absolute trash to begin with. What was the thought process there? Because it was very funny. I'll give you that. It was very, very funny.
Okay, so I've taken a lot of time to think about myself as a human being, growing older, and I definitely feel as though at school, maybe now, still, I have a tendency of, not having much to bring to the table, so I'm like, I'll be a bit of a wild card, And I mean, I'm not that good at book smarts and stuff. No. But maybe if I eat this
fancy reading,
but if I eat this rough bit of pizza, I might put a smile on someone's face.
Someone's gonna remember you.
Yeah. And there's no harm in that.
How has that not been a Snaccident story that
I don't get to do a Snaccident.
Well, maybe you ought to.
Oh man, I've got so many Snaccidents.
We'll do that as like a special.
We could have a special episode, which would be me, an hour of me just telling you about Snaccidents,
just back and forth.
Yeah, I just I slept on a Magnum.
No, we're gonna save this for the episode.
Yeah. That's just a taster.
It was very, very funny. That was a bad look.
So many times I've woken up in the morning when I've brought food into bed with me and just gone, oh no, oh dear.
And I found you and asked you what's happened. You're like, oh, there's food again, like before.
Just so many times when I've got work in the morning and Sam's come to pick me up and I've not been waiting for the car, so he's walked up the road, come into my house, and I've been in bed, and he's been like, no, it's food again.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. You'd think if someone explained this to you once what had happened, that you wouldn't do it again, which led me to maybe suspect that wasn't the case sometimes. But let's save that for a special episode.
We digress.
We digress.
You were saying about freezing frubes? I love to freeze a Capri Sun.
Yes.
Does your gran have
Completely
stock in Capri Sun?
She does. She loves it.
Every time I go there, she's got like a whole cupboard just full of boxes
Actually,
of Capri
yeah.
Suns.
I've been to your nan's maybe twice, and definitely both times that I've been, I've had a Capri Sun.
We don't freeze the orange ones, though, because they taste like carrots when they're frozen.
Interesting.
It's just the blackcurrant ones, baby. We love the blackcurrant ones frozen.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Right. Well, with this section done, it's time to move into the next round and try some snacks.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
But first, snack facts. Did you know baked beans are actually blanched beans that get cooked inside the can to claim that baked name?
I did not know this until I had to look into beans. And, yeah, that seemed wild. I can't imagine, like, cooking that in a can and there not being some kind of horrible explosion, but I'm sure they've got the process down after, 100 years.
I think a lot of people they've made a lot of baked beans.
They're not amateurs.
Yeah, they know the exact number. They're bean scientists.
They've risen up the ranks. I could give you the exact amount of beans that's on average in every single can, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save it for another snacks.
Okay, more bean snacks for the next 5 episodes.
Well, speaking of which, did you know over 500,000 cans of Heinz baked beans are eaten every day, and over 540 million cans are sold every year?
That's a lot of beans.
That's a lot of goddamn beans. I hate beans. I hate beans so much. Another successful snack fact.
When you're like, why do I know this thing? It's just taken up a bit of your brain. What?
I'm holding you knowledge hostage.
Yeah, when you're trying to defuse the bomb and you think, I'm sure I know which wire this is meant to be, but I'm just getting beans.
Yeah. Was it 500,000 or 5 million a day?
Something about
Dead.
beans. Dead. Bang.
Dead.
Well, that's snack facts.
That's snack facts. Now, we have just tried the Kellogg's Fruit Winder Doubles, and I want to get in here real quick before anyone else does.
And say they're nice.
And
really,
say
they're nice.
I like the flavour, a little bit sticky than I remember, a lot thinner than I remember too, but more importantly, the comic that has been attached to this particular winder is just some fruit getting murdered. And this isn't a case of just like... Yeah, I know. This isn't just a case of, like, some fruit that, like, someone's just picked off a tree and then put a thing. These are, like, sentient creatures, as far as I'm aware. And this particular mascot has just steamrolled them and put them through a jet engine and just put a machine to mash them to, like, a pulp and then, like, squeeze them out.
There's other fruit that's, like, slaughtering them.
Man, this is dark, huh?
It's dark.
Man. That flavour, though, pretty good. Still like it. After all these years, I still... Oh, special. Texture, not so much, but special. Lizzy's not agreeing. Lizzy's face says something entirely different. Lizzy says, I don't want to eat this anymore.
I think Lizzy had about a centimetre of one of the strings.
No, I tried both flavours.
Okay.
I had to sample it properly.
Okay.
Like Sam said, they are really sticky. I don't remember them being this sticky. I even struggled to unroll it and actually get the stuff off the paper. Because really, I just wanted to see the comic.
Yeah.
And I think I just knew that this was not something that I wanted to put in my mouth.
Its physical nature was quite disappointing on several levels, unfortunately.
Like, the aftertaste was fine. They are fruity, and I quite enjoyed that. I don't enjoy that I'm still getting the aftertaste because it's still so sticky that it's stuck in my teeth.
Unfortunately, I'm also experiencing this.
It's an enigma.
Yeah, I don't remember them being like this when I had them when I was at school, but I think that's probably because they've changed the recipe to make it less unhealthy than they used to be.
Vegan or something, I imagine.
They were a lot more plasticky.
Yeah, they held their own. They were more like I want to say they had like the structure of duct tape almost.
Yeah, or like strawberry. They were more like strawberry laces. That kind of jelly sweet texture, but not overly sticky.
You know those special like bits of adhesive tape that you put onto walls to then hang like a picture, so you don't have to like put a nail in.
Like the hanging strip things.
The hanging strip things. Very much a similar vibe on this.
You could use it for that.
Yeah, you
Maybe.
actually could.
I still like them though, I promise.
So, my issue with sweets versus fruit is this.
Yeah.
The payoff versus the difficulty, right? This is more difficult than an apple. And a lot less healthy. The payoff is not equivalent to the flavour. How nice it is. It's just, I had to unroll this. I had to unravel. By the time I've unravelled this thing and unstuck it, my break's over. You know? And as well as that...
Because you're not a kid anymore, you're at work.
No, my lunch break. My lunch break. My lunch break. I'm still at school. Also, if you change the humidity in a room, or I don't know, you keep this in a pocket or in a bag for too long or something like that, I can imagine that you open this up and it is not this kind of nice, easy.
Oh God, I can't imagine this
it's
on a
like,
warm day.
It will be a sweaty mess.
Yeah, it would become somewhat like slime. Like Lizzie said, the flavour is okay, but again, it's just harder than fruit. And sweets should not be that.
A sad
Sweets should be easy fruit.
Sweets should be easy fruit.
Think about it. Generally, they are. They're easy fruit.
I mean, that sounds like a good, like, presidential slogan.
Sweets are easy fruit.
Yeah, they're
Just
easy
with-
fruit.
Buy sweets.
Lower nutritional value.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's what I mean. That has both bad sides. Sorry, Sam. Don't like it.
I'm sorry,
No, I
too.
really, yeah.
I still like it, but it has flaws.
It's quaint.
I like the comic. I like the concept of
It's
unwinding
interesting.
it, but the fact is, I couldn't unwind it, so I feel like it's lied to me. It's telling me it's called a winder, and I'm like, no, this is a picker. I've had to fully unpick the stickiness from the paper. They should. It's not a winder anymore.
It's lost its pizzazz.
I have had one. I remember I have had one where I've opened it up and unrolled it, and it's been so difficult that I've just had to lick it off.
I've done the exact same thing. Hot day,
Melt
it's
it
just
with my saliva.
You just have to like tooth it off the whole thing.
It's a no from me.
I don't know, dog. I'm sorry. You're just not right for this competition. I don't know what to say.
Next snack.
Next snack, I guess. So, we have just tried the Dairy Stacking Ham and Cheese Lunchables, and I gotta say, it stacks good. It stacks
It does
like a
stack well.
champ. Oh, wow, does this thing stack? Does it taste? No, it does not. I really didn't enjoy that.
I don't know what they've done to them, but I'm all about the nostalgia with these snacks, and it is not how I remember at all. The cracker is now, I think, a whole grain, whereas
Like a whole grain water biscuit, which is entirely not a kid snack.
Whereas I think in my brain, I mean, they were definitely completely terrible white flour, and I feel like they were also slightly sweetened.
I feel like they were more like Ritz crackers, quite frankly.
Yeah, and
What the hell?
the ham, I mean, they must have lowered the fat content in it because the ham
It's flavourless.
doesn't really taste of anything anymore.
No, it's just pink squish.
Yeah, the cheese is not very cheesy.
No, it's just all very, very sad. I'm really sad.
I'm really
This has
sad.
very much been a disappointing thing. I was looking forward to this.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh, whatever.
I just found it was slightly more artisanal than the original.
It's for more of a cultured palate.
No, I liked the change in biscuit. The cheese was, I wouldn't say tasteless, I'd say it was subtle. It did taste more like a creamy Emmental, almost, which isn't bad.
That's a stretch.
Not
A
really.
big stretch.
No,
I
it's
feel like
not.
that's kind of a stretch.
Our French listeners are gonna nail me to...
Yeah.
No,
Your uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he'd die on the hill fighting for Emmental and it's all of its flavour. Emmental isn't a very flavourful cheese.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got
just
a
a
nice,
nice,
subtle,
softer-
nutty flavour,
yeah.
and this does not have any of that.
You're fighting me on your own thing.
I am, because
Okay.
I'm deeply ashamed that I brought this on the show. I am underwhelmed and really sad.
Okay.
I feel like a part of my childhood has died.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed because all we've got left is a cream egg, and I sure as don't have a lot of fond memories of those.
I hate cream eggs.
You guys don't like cream eggs? So, I didn't think anyone didn't like cream eggs.
No,
don't
the
like cream
chocolate
eggs.
to cream ratio is off-putting for me.
Too much cream.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the cream. See, I'd like to nip the top off and then get my tongue in there.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
really?
I'm happy
Scoop
that
it out.
this is...
Like,
I want to condemn you for that, but I feel like that is how a lot of people
most
enjoy
people-
them.
You know the ones that the Egg-joyables? I do have some
No.
spoons in my bag from Egg-joyables if you want to use a spoon. Anyway, I quite enjoyed this.
Don't stack them, sack them. Again, chuck them in jail with the Sunny D lot because they have ruined this.
You know, Matt,
How dare you?
I'm thinking of a startup business where I'm going to get these little plastic lunch boxes that you buy for the first one and then you send it back. And I will make you a Dairily Lunchable with some prosciutto ham and some, different cheeses, maybe some blue cheese instead, and some nice artisanal biscuits. My school kids in Bath. So you guys...
It's just called Stacked.
Stacked.
It's just big piles of cash as the logo.
So you guys hated this?
Yeah. Hated it.
Man, this is going to be a bad episode.
Yeah.
Next one, baby!
So we're going to move on to the next snack and write down some scores.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, we have just all tried the Cadburys Cream Egg. I am not a fan.
I've never felt so strong a dislike for... I didn't think that it was such a dislikable product.
I think it's very much a Marmite product in which either it's cool, it's great, you love it, you'll have them non-stop, or you see them and you instantly throw them in a bin.
Really?
Yeah. When I was vegetarian, people used to give me a lot of cream eggs. I wasn't necessarily a fan of them then either. It was like, ooh, a sweet thing. I don't have a lot of sweet things. I'm sick of them. So thoroughly am I sick of them. They are just too rich, and the texture itself is really not something I look for in any kind of food realistically.
See, it really reminds me of a more solid cow pole. And I fucking dig cow pole.
I think that's my issue with it. The texture of whatever is inside it does feel ever so slightly weirdly grainy.
Yeah, it's like
cow pole.
Yeah, it's got like sugar granules in there.
Yeah.
That's why there's more sugar in there than the liquid can absorb.
I've done my best to eat it, but what has actually happened, I'm looking at the wrapper in front of me, is that I've basically crushed it and just eaten as much of the chocolate as possible, and I've left a yellowy, whitish, creamy residue just in the wrapper.
So you don't like a big wad of crunchy, sugary liquid in your chocolate?
This is the thing.
Weird.
This is the thing. I don't like my chocolate wet, but that said, I am aware that this is maybe a minority view, and there are plenty of people out there who do love cream eggs. But I will say I have had a deep fried cream egg, and I did actually enjoy that.
What?
Deep fried snacks.
Oh, that's coming up, don't you worry.
I think you bought a deep fry.
I have got a deep fry.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm slowly making my way up. I've still got to get a
deep
plancha
fried
grill,
stuff.
and I've got to get a pizza oven still. But I do have a very nice ice cream maker at the minute.
Oh, he didn't make us ice cream.
Rude.
You could have made birthday ice cream.
What ice cream would you like for your birthday? I did Biscoff for Charlie's.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I really like After Eights, so maybe After Eights.
No, I don't like mint.
We,
Sorry, is this about you now?
we certainly could have done a mint one, probably.
Certainly, probably.
Definitely would have been on the cards. Certainly, probably. Maybe. But yeah, no, I'm afraid, Charles, this has not gone well for me.
You know what's really, really wild as well?
Or what?
I think as soon as I put a dollop of mayonnaise in it, then it might put me off as well.
Which, thankfully, leads us right into our next segment.
Mayonnaise?
Where Charles has laid down the gauntlet in no uncertain terms that, quote, there is nothing I wouldn't mayo. So we're here, unfortunately, to put that to the test. Add mayonnaise to all of these things we really haven't enjoyed very much. And see how they do.
I enjoyed 2 of the 3. But yeah, I've already stacked up the mayonnaise on my Lunchable.
It's quite a sight.
Yes.
I do really enjoy how the mayonnaise is squeezed through the little holes in the crack. I think
Fashion.
my main problem with the Lunchable was that it was a bit dry.
Yeah.
So I think the addition of mayonnaise will make it much more palatable.
Right, let's get some of this cake out of my mayo. Oh, that's a bad ratio. Oh well. That's more mayonnaise than there is winder, really. So it's probably a good thing.
I thought you were about to re-mayonnaise the biscuit then. And you're just going to put that all in one go, right?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm going to need to not watch.
Right. So, Charles, which one are you gonna run the gauntlet with first?
I'm going to go for the winder, which I have heartily adorned with mayonnaise.
Drowned, perhaps.
Yeah, there looks to be more mayonnaise than winder, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
You've got to do that bit again.
But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
So, that was the fruit winder and mayonnaise.
That was a bad one. They were two textures that didn't go together.
No, they didn't really go together on their own.
No.
Quite frankly.
I basically ended up just eating the mayonnaise and then swallowing the winder. I'd give it a 3.
I can smell a lot of mayonnaise.
It's
So
very
that's actually
mayonnaisey.
dipped below a 5, you say?
Yeah, no, it was bad. I didn't like it very much.
Well, I didn't think anything was going to dip below 5, but I mean, there we go.
I mean,
Peanut
it was
butter
just-
and winders so far.
Yeah, it was just unpleasant.
Oh, if only we had like some kind of soothsayer or like holy man that could have predicted the future in some way.
Oh,
We could have known.
the mayonnaise is leaking out of my egg.
Oh,
Well, Charles, which one are you going to go for next?
I'm gonna have the Lunchable next.
I think that's brave. I feel like that's going to be the most palatable, and you should have saved it till last.
You're probably right.
And Charles, how did that treat you?
Oh, that fixed every issue I had with the Lunchable. My main issue, same as Lizzy with the Lunchable, was that it was a little bit dry. And the mayonnaise just elevated it. It moistened it a bit, and it gave it that little punch of flavour that it needed. Very nice. I give that a 9.
I can believe that, even though I personally think that the Lunchable was too far gone to be saved at that level, but I'll take your word for it.
Sam, mayonnaise fixes all.
God.
Okay, next up, we have the Creme Egg. Not looking forward to this one.
No, nobody is. No one in this room is looking forward to this.
I'm literally going to have to look away while you're eating it.
Yeah.
Okay, horror visions.
And how did the cream egg and mayonnaise go?
Definitely not as bad as I thought it would be.
I don't believe you.
No, it was
I
alright.
cannot believe you,
Really,
Charles.
it was alright. I prefer the two separately, but I'd probably give it a 6.
So,
I mean,
not
the
best.
flavors didn't really mix very well. The two textures were a bit weird, but I was thinking that I'd chew into it and I'd be like, oh, but I wasn't. I was like, oh, okay.
I guess you're already expecting a bad texture combination, so... no, I can't justify this. That sounds awful. I don't believe you. I can't believe you. I
One of
refuse to...
these days, I'm going to make you try one.
Oh, God.
But no, it was okay. It wasn't bad. I've definitely had worse. The fruit winder was much, much worse. And
That I believe, but...
I mean, if you said, Charlie, it would make me smile if you ate a cream egg with mayonnaise on it, I'd say I'd happily do that for you, Sam.
I believe that. I believe in our friendship and your gluttony of mayonnaise.
That's mayonnaise.
That is mayonnaise. And thankfully is finished and brings us on to the third round where we are going to decide on this episode's Snack Champ. Alright guys, it's time for the all-important third round where we vote for this episode's
Snack Champ!
So, it's time to find out what everyone is voting for this episode. Charles, would you like to go first?
Yes, I would. Funnily enough, I'm going to go for the Lunchable stack.
Really?
Yeah, I am. When we first had it, I kind of enjoyed it. I was like, it could do with some assistance. Having it with mayonnaise just now, I really enjoyed it.
You know you can't bring the mayonnaise into this judging.
I'm not bringing the mayonnaise into the judging. I was thinking about the competition as a whole. I've had a lot of chocolate today, and having something slightly more savoury was quite nice. I had some interest in the cheese. The ham wasn't the best, but after having quite a few cream eggs,
You know, guys, you know. Okay, well, you know what that means. Lizzy, what's your vote?
Like, I'm not even sure.
it's not the winder.
I'm very underwhelmed by all of them.
Yeah,
So
this
it's-
has been a bad
It's
episode
a bad
for
episode
snacks.
for
Yeah.
snacks all around.
It's absolutely not the winder. I had many issues with that in terms of flavour, branding, stickiness. Just no. Strong no. But it's therefore a toss-up between the cream egg and the Lunchable. And with the cream egg, I enjoyed the chocolate, but didn't enjoy the centre and therefore made a sticky mess. With the Lunchable, I really enjoyed the stacking element of it.
The question is, which one did you finish, I guess?
I did finish the Lunchable and I did go back for more Lunchable, whereas the cream egg was a struggle. So probably the Lunchable would have my vote.
This is a school snack, and I enjoyed it. It was nice. The fruit winder was just terrible. But no, it's been a sad day for sweets.
Yeah.
It's been a sad day for snacks today. Probably probably our worst lineup.
Maybe not the worst, but it's down there. Yeah.
Well, you know, school was a bad time for everyone. Everyone hated school, didn't they?
For some PTSD
I know, but
back.
at least school was made better by the snacks that were available. But now that the snacks have been made worse, I just feel so bad for children.
Yeah.
Children are the real losers here.
Right. Do you think, though, that's changed, or do you think your palate's got sadder?
No, that's changed.
That's
Are you
changed.
sure?
That's changed bad. It's bad ham, bad cheese, bad crackers.
Like when I was a child and I was eating a Lunchable, I knew this is not healthy, but it's
Yeah.
so delicious. Now I'm eating it and I'm like, you taste like you're trying to be healthy. Stop trying to be something you're not.
Stop faking it.
Exactly.
Stop trying to Sunny D the ass out of everything and just be good and give them less.
So do you feel as though
been a
a bit
long
of your
day, guys.
childhood has died after eating that? Okay.
But your vote is for the Lunchable.
It is for the Lunchable.
It's for Lunchable.
Yeah. Not that it matters what you want to vote now, Sam, because...
Maybe you should say Lunchable just so you feel as though you won a little bit.
Well, here's the thing. Cream Egg, sick of them. Absolutely sick of them. I do not enjoy the textures. I do not enjoy the flavours. Overall, I think it could be summed up as a bit much. That said, the fruit winders, on the other hand, have the flavour and also lack everything else because they are too sticky, the texture is unpleasant. I still have bits stuck in my teeth, but I did get a nice, very morbid comic out of it that I'm going to put straight in the bin after we
Oh,
finish
you're not
this.
putting it on your wall?
No, not this time. By power of elimination, my vote is also going to be the Dairy Lee Lunchables because
Nice!
as much as I wasn't impressed by them, and I'm very sad, I think we can all agree that we're not really happy about any of the things that we
No.
brought, and we're not super pleased with the winner on this. It was the thing that I think lacked the least in terms of it was still food, whereas the others I had a hard time actually consuming.
You know what's wild? I think that's probably our second unanimous vote. And everyone going, well, it wasn't horrible. I don't hate it.
That is very sad. I hadn't thought about that. But
Yeah.
true, yeah. Right, well, with that decided, unfortunately for all of us, it is now time to move into the final round and determine who is going to be the new or continuing Snacklander.
That's going to be a big surprise, I'm sure, for everyone. Everyone's clenching their teeth. They're just not sure what's going to happen.
Waiting with bated breath.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out. Follow us into the next round.
The ultimate Snacc-down!
It's time to end the episode and decide what is going to be the final Snacklander. And I think, I'm just going to speak for the group now, this has been perhaps the quickest deliberation we've had on the show so far.
Our eyes just met and we all nodded.
Yeah, we're all very on the same page, simpatico about how this is going to go. So Lizzie, do you want to give our group decision as who's won?
Absolutely. 100%. It is the halloumi fries.
Absolutely.
Hands down. No competition.
I don't know if you could tell, listeners, but we weren't super jazzed about some of the snacks this episode. They were a bit of a letdown.
I mean, school food sucks.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what doesn't suck. Brew City halloumi fries, as they have remained the current Snacklander. Charles, that can only mean one thing.
Dairy Lunchables fall from fame. Halloumi fries triumphant again.
Man, you would have been a great king.
I'd be a good wizard.
A great
I feel
king
like you'd
wizard.
be a great jester.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's another episode, guys. So, Lizzie, we want to thank you for coming on the show once again. Anything you want to give a shout out to? Anything you're passionate about?
This week's been school themed.
It's been school
It has.
themed.
This
Right.
episode has been school themed.
So all I would say is be nice to your teachers and stay in school.
Yeah, remember, kids, tip your teachers. They're there all week, every year, every day.
Yeah, we
All the
work so
time.
hard.
Don't froob them.
Yeah.
Don't frib your teachers, kids.
Just don't be butts.
Don't
Do
be
what you're
butts.
told. Learn some stuff.
Especially you, Anthony.
I don't teach anyone called Anthony,
Okay.
so that's good. Good choice of name.
Kids, listen up. Be good to your teachers, otherwise you're going to end up doing podcasts and it's not as glamorous as it seems. Is it, Charlie?
I've got a foot in my mouth.
Exactly. So, again, just Just try. And you know what? If you're enjoying the podcast and you're not a school kid, maybe you are, I don't know. If you're enjoying the podcast, pass it on to someone else you think's going to enjoy it. Spread the love. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye now. Bye.
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 Woo.
Now, if you've got any suggestions, questions, or stories of your own Snaccidents, send those to snaccidentspodcast@gmail.com. Go snack yourself!
You can find us on all the regular socials, plus you can always check out our website at snaccidentspodcast.com for more.
And thank you all for listening.
Join us next episode for all new themes, all new snacks, and maybe a new
Snacklander! Keep it crunchy!